Ox. The ox in the Chinese Zodiac refers to the water buffalo, not the milk cow or grass cow or any other type of cows. The buffalo prefers muddy and shallow waters, and despite its size, it can float in the water, and it can also hide in muddy and dark waters for long periods of time, making it invisible even though it is large. In China, the buffalo is a good helper in farming. It is the lifeblood of the Chinese people, as it is the main character of the spring ox in the Tongshu or Tunxing, pronounced by Cantonese, a book that records the calendar and chooses the days of the year. And it represents an industrious and joyful attitude towards life, a steady ability to hide its abilities and a selfless ability to help others and benefit itself. Ecologically, it lives in harmony with the water and the earth, and it can start plowing without resistance when the snow and ice are first melting, which shows that it is submissive and hardworking. The ox, with its earthly branch of cho, is a wet earth such as swamps and rice paddies, but can also be traps, broken houses and ice caves. Cho is the northeastern part of the China, with a cold and humid climate, and the time refers to 1 to 3 o'clock in the morning, a time when people are scarce, hidden. We can think of it as a time to rest and recuperate. Characteristics of the ox. It is good with others and stubborn in choosing what is good for it. He is easygoing and loyal, hardworking and low profile. Extremely patient without complaining. In a good mood, he can entertain others and himself, but in a bad mood, he will lock himself up. He can work for you without asking for pay, as long as he is convinced by you. If he meets an unreasonable man, he will be 10 times more unreasonable. They are not afraid of cold weather, and are persistent even when they are beyond their means. When asked if he/she needs help, she will naturally refuse, not look down on the other person or pretend to be superior. Even if she have already achieved something, she will still keep on learning. She does not easily change her plans. They do not tolerate high speed or rapid activity or visualization. They don't like to be overly opinionated. She doesn't like to be mentioned in high profile and social situations. Therefore, when commenting on the characteristics of the ox, we should use the above as a basis, because Chinese 5 elements numerology is centered on the birth date, so whether the characteristics of the ox are the person's strengths or weaknesses, we need to take into account both the birth month and the birth date, as well as the time of birth before we can make a decision, but in any case, the ox's intelligence and characteristics are the most important factors that affect the person's career. Of course, these traits can be used for good or evil, and are more a matter of human than bovine wisdom.